Let's go. Oh man, I can totally see why people say that constantly. I mean, maybe not as much as they do, like repeatedly. but yeah. Just gonna apply some of this stuff. I'm not gonna overdo it with my skin. I'm just gonna be very simple and apply this skin repairing paste to my dry skin. Well, hello there. Guten Morgen. Oh my goodness. Guten Morgen. Welcome to the channel. Let's wait for a few people to join before we really get into it. We're waiting for more people to get in before we get into it, really. But welcome to my channel. We talk about addiction. We talk about changing our bad habits for the better. We talk about art. We talk about video games. We talk about music. We talk about my dog. We talk about cooking. I love cooking. Yeah, we'll get into it pretty soon. Hi. How to stop procrastination and phone addiction. I do procrastinate sometimes. And I do have a bit of a phone addiction. I mean, I can put it down if I have to. I'm not as addicted to my phone as some people. I consider this sort of a job too, like what I'm doing. I mean, it is a job. You know, as much as some people might want to shame me for it, you know, trolls will be trolls. I'm making pretty good revenue for someone who's only been doing this for a month and a half. February was really good, and I'm really hoping to gain momentum and improve as I go along. Hi, Eliza. Hi, Harsh. Kashik. Hi, Heather. Hello. Hi, translator bot. Hi, Chiragio. Josh. Sorry, Chirajoshi. Hi. Okay. Hi, Connie. How's it going? How's everyone doing today? Do you know the fangirl? What fangirl? Who? Who are we speaking of here? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And welcome to the channel. We talk about bad habits and good habits, how to change our bad habits to good habits, how to reset our dopamine or make it so that our dopamine is set to a good level after we've kind of wrecked it with addiction. Talk about fun things like video games and art just to prove that we are more than our addiction. And in fact, we really don't have anything to prove. Just do it. Just do what you love to do, man. I like to do art. I like to exercise. I like to take care of myself, invest in my hair care and my skin care. I'm going to take on this big pimple like it's a challenge. It's a challenge. So yeah, I've just applied some butt paste to my hair. I mean, sorry, to my skin. I'm still trying to wake up here. Yeah. Also, if you've watched any of my earlier videos when I was early on in my recovery, my teeth looked a little yellow. Okay. Now, I've been doing this, taking this remineralizing gum and applying remineralizing toothpaste. It has been helping my teeth, I think. And I haven't even been using it for very long. Maybe, you know, About a month, maybe less. See how much, okay, let's get the light on that. See how much better my teeth look? How much stronger they look? Yeah, I just brushed them real good. So, no, I don't try to come onto my live stream with dirty teeth. Yeah, I just promoted this in a short, but because I really like it, and the gum lasts a long time. But it's this Japanese, and I'm not sponsoring it right here, but it's a Japanese remineralizing gum that tastes like grape, and it lasts so long. I mean, there was this other one I used that I really liked. It seemed to be really effective. I forget the brand. I'll get it another time because I really liked it. And but it does, the flavor doesn't last as long. I mean, in terms of it being healthy for my teeth, I could really feel the effects. This, I've seen a lot of good reviews on it. In terms of flavor, it gets an A, and we'll see how the health benefits pan out. Right, before I do that though, put it right there for a second. I need my coffee. I've heard that coffee is really good for your liver, actually. Actually, I know it's good for your liver. I did the research. We used to have a little sign right on our espresso machine showing all the health benefits of coffee, and your liver was one of them. I let people come as they are. I don't like to preach to people, but I am a proud Catholic, and I do read the Bible on my channel, just so you know, Elijah. So yeah, I appreciate that. But I think that when you come at people kind of aggressively with big old paragraphs, repent, repent, kind of drives people away, I think. It would drive me away, especially if I were agnostic. No, you don't. You don't see my armpit bump, man, because it's all the way down there. Are you talking about my biceps? Or no? No, actually, it's, yeah. And I'm not gonna show it to you because that would have to reveal too much. But so actually, let me check that out. It might be gone because I feel so much better. Yeah, it's not even there anymore, yo. It's not even there anymore. I feel 100% now after not using my tumbler, after not using my moldy ass tumbler. Okay? I'm not even joking. You can tell. I feel a lot better. And I only got like, what, 6 hours of sleep or so? I would have gotten more sleep if Shando didn't have to wake up. But, my boy. But, yeah, I'm feeling so much better after, yeah, be careful. Wash those tumblers, man. That little rubber ring around the lid that fixes it onto the cup so it doesn't fall off, that thing was moldy. And usually I do wash those things, but you gotta wash them a little regularly if you do insist on drinking from them, because, yeah, I felt like I had some bacterial virus in my sinuses. Made me feel fatigued. I had a little bump in my, like, armpit gland, lymph node. But yeah, it's gone now. Capiche? Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man. When the bird is alive, it eats the ants. When the bird dies, the ants eat the bird. Well, yeah, that's a cycle of life. That's a circle of life. It's a... Oh, can you see my armpit bone? I thought... Okay, I didn't read the can there. Sorry about that. Ugh, my bad. See? Told you, I'm still trying to wake up a little. It's the circle of life. My bad. Sorry, Heather. My bad. Yeah, it's a little low. You know, it was kind of like right there where my bra strap is. That's why I'm not gonna show it. But it's not there. I looked. You're gonna have to take my word for it, really. But I actually wanted to inspect that and see if it was still there because I thought, I'm feeling so much better now. I need to be careful when I'm reading comments because sometimes, And when I'm deleting trolls, because sometimes I might accidentally delete the comment above it, and then that person will come to one of my videos, start commenting and getting all offended, and then they'll start saying mean things. I'm like, dude, don't jump right off the bat and do that. There's no excuse for that, man. I mean, don't you know that accidents happen? We could just talk this down. You could just ask me why, and I would tell you, whoops, I'm sorry. It's not all that serious. It's kind of like when you accidentally hit send to someone else with an awkward message that was meant for someone else, You just got to be careful, especially when you're pooped, especially when you're spread thin, especially when you're burnt out. No, I mean when I accidentally do that. I don't know about you guys or anybody else, but if I accidentally block someone and it was meant for someone else because the comments are going really fast, and I accidentally do there without really, I forget to look at the name as I'm blocking it. I thought I clicked on the right person. My bad. I'm sorry. Wasn't intentional. If it, for that person who never did any harm or whatever. Some people will get angrier than they need to be over that without really investigating whether it was an accident or not, because it's an easy accident. That's the thing. Because I feel like people just really, really like to get offended these days. There's got to be like a name for that. Women can be thin too. It's really dumb for people to think that women can't be thin. Like, have been thin since the beginning of time, dude. I mean, just look in Japan. Look in different countries other than America. I'm a health nut. I don't go around sitting around all day eating burgers or, living my 600-pound lifestyle. I don't, I don't live the typical Walmart customer lifestyle. I walk a lot, unlike a lot of people. When people say, "Oh, that's a real woman," when they see a really curvy woman, they expect all women to have the same body type. It's really offensive to women like me and like many other women like me who are lanky or petite or skinny when you say that, because we're real women, believe it or not. I think it's jealous people who say that, because it's the same people who really would just jump on Ozempic if they could afford it, you know? It's the same women I'm all about that bass, What's her name? She jumped right on that shit. And then she changed her whole lyrics, her whole body positivity, which is supposed to be for all body types, but now it's only applies to overweight or curvy women. And by the way, being obese, it shouldn't be considered curvy because there's no curve to that. I mean, it's a different type of curve, I tell you what. But it's not healthy. It's not healthy to be at either end of the extreme spectrum. I mean, I got muscles. See? And people don't seem to be able to compute that. Women can have muscles or be skinny or be lanky. It's stupid. And it's jealousy, I think. I think it's jealousy. People like to invalidate people that they're jealous of, quite frankly. I wouldn't even be talking about this if it weren't an issue. I think it's so dumb. I got a butt too. And that's, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a muscle woman, but I've got, I'm strong enough to be able to, help myself with certain things. Yeah. Lift 5 pounds? I'm not gonna lift 5 pounds. I'll lift more than that. And I'm not trying to prove myself, but I'm just gonna lift some weights because I feel like it. 10 pounds each. And they're not that heavy. I could do 20 pounds. But I'm not gonna overly, I mean, it's better to go, not too heavy. You don't wanna exert yourself too much. I don't wanna strain my shoulders and my neck too much and my back, and I don't want to rip a ligament. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but this is these are the perfect weight for me in terms of just dumbbells. Whoa. Hey, son. Someone left after that. Yo. Okay, they were like, I'm only here to watch women be pretty. I'm not here to see women be like that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, some people are just here to simp. I don't know, man, but a whole bunch of people just left after that, man. I don't know. I would have been laughing, dude. So long. Farewell. La 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 la. Goodbye. 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 Anyone see The Sound of Music? It's a classic. I love Julie Andrews, yo. I'll bet they disown their family if they burp. No kidding. No kidding. But only if they're a woman. And, I say these things. I'm not even like a feminist or anything, but yeah, there are certain things that just sort of irk me. I don't like the idea that I'm a victim in today's society. People want to be victims. It's ridiculous. They do. Like, so many people these days just think it's such a flex to be oppressed or be a victim. It's like, no. I mean, I honor the legacy of the suffragettes and the paths that they've paved for me to have rights. But I do not subscribe to claiming I'm a victim still and trying to retaliate or, try to one-up men and have my revenge, and, and I'm not a man-hater and all that stuff. I hate that. Think that, there are bad people and good people. There are assholes all around. And since I'm attracted to men, then that's the kind of, I'm careful about what men I end up with. If I were attracted to women, then it would be the other way around. I'd be talking more about like, oh yeah, I don't want to end up with asshole women. It doesn't mean that I'm like, against. It doesn't have anything to do with gender. It has to do with trying to avoid bad people all around. People manipulate each other, and they use whatever strengths or whatever advantages they happen to have to do it. Yo. People love to make it a gender thing for some reason. I don't get it. I mean, it just seems very small-minded to me. Especially when it's a much, much older person that doesn't. Now, I get you. Maybe it's like you just have been having bad luck throughout your life, and then you sort of have an impression over a certain, gender or whatever. But I just think that's wrong. That'd be just like me saying that just because my boyfriend was Chinese, I mean, Chinese people are bad. Like, no. Hell no. Or men, or, whatever. No, there are good people and there are bad people. Yeah, I mean, some people haven't figured it out, to be honest. Some people really haven't figured it out. It's sad. Because they're just not happy people either. Do you notice that? People who talk like that, they're never happy. They're never happy. Yes. Preaching to the choir, I know. But it's like, it's funny. You just hear about that stuff all the time, especially now. I mean, this is the age of social media where people make their opinions known, and you hear a lot of very low IQ opinions about things. Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm never going to be as, like, have the upper body strength of a man. That doesn't make me mad. But, I like to work on my health. Everyone should work on their health, make sure that they're strong and healthy and they get the proper nutrition. Another thing about this shirt, I don't know what it is, but it kind of makes me get a lot of armpit sweat. I don't know. It induces armpit sweat. I think it's like pure cotton, though. Cotton should be breathable. I have another shirt of the same material. I should see what material this is exactly. Because I'm like, why is it that every time I wear this shirt, and it's not just because maybe it's because I'm exercising, but every time I wear this shirt, this happens. Let me see. I have another one of the very same material. Let me see. Oh, here it is. It's pink. What is... Tag? Ah. Yeah, 91% cotton, 9% spandex. Huh. Strange. Very strange. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, usually I can tell no matter what the color of my shirt, like if it's starting to pool there. Oh my. I don't know if I should make more coffee, actually. I'll make a small cup of coffee. Why not? Coffee's good for your liver. Doesn't mean you should continue to drink a lot of alcohol. But yeah, it's good for your liver. Where is... Oopsie daisy. My baby over here is a sweetheart. Not bad. I'm just looking for my other shoe. There it is. Coffee time. Oof. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Sorry guys, is our connection just good? Uh-oh. Are we still connected? Uh-oh. Oh, good, good. We're back, right? Are we back, guys? Sorry about the connection. Oh, man. To make it what happens. Baby. So handsome. Yes, you are. We're good now? Excellent, excellent. Hey, yo. Just having some eggs and coffee. I found some of that casserole this morning. I had some of that cottage cheese, but I feel like I need some more protein. Proteins. Okay, you know what? Here. That's a good egg. Just like you. Oh, yes. Huh. That's funny. Tack feather or something in there? I don't think so. Oh, I hope it doesn't stick to this pan, but fine. I know. Sausages, jalapeno. No nitrates, nice. That's kind of rare. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I don't think it's going to stick to the pan this time. Baby boy. Oh, you can't have jalapeno sausage, baby. It's probably got onions in there too. The same one. Oh, good. I'm so glad I got extra. I love me without the nitrates. I'll take it. A little bit of cottage cheese, sweetie. A little bit. Won't hurt you. I think cottage cheese is very good for dogs in moderate amounts, as long as it's low in fat. There you go, honey. Just a little. Copy. And right there. Flip it good. Papa? A little too much. A little bit of cayenne. A little too much pepper, I think, maybe. No. Okay. Flip it good. Gotta flip it. Flip it good. Dinky little pan. I think it's just that thing over there. It's almost good. Almost done. We're good. And our sausages need a little room to thrive. Alrighty. Now, get it. Whip it food. There we go. Delightful. I'll put it over the edge a little bit. I don't like leaving a mess like that because once it hardens, it's such a pain to clean up. Man. Telling you, man. I wish other people would clean up after themselves too. It's okay. It is what it is. I'm so glad this cottage cheese isn't running like the other one was. Stir it good. Stir it good. Don't even ask. Oops, that's Mama's cottage cheese. High protein. Just wash those oven mitts with my clothes because they'll go missing in someone else's room or something. Okay. Come on, sausages. Cook. Who's the way? Ooh, you know that rice there, I accidentally left it out all night. There's really no room in the fridge for it though. And it was getting to its due date, to its stale date anyway, so don't feel too bad about that. Put that in the garbage right now, the dog will get into it. I'll wait until that, yeah, I'll wait until it's just a little fuller before I do that. Poor Artie's gonna make himself sick. Shando doesn't do that, thank goodness. You'd be so unhealthy if you did that, baby. I don't know how Art looks healthy. I'm worried, actually. I'm wondering if he just throws it up or something in my parents' room and they don't even tell me or whatever. I don't know. Because he sleeps down there. Whip it good. Come on. Almost. Making my lunch. Put some of these dishes away. Starts to blister a little bit. Ugh. A little bunch of on that dinner. Ow! My ankle. Smack it good. Bust it good. Ah, jeez. Okay. Yeah. My protein and my coffee. And my wherewithals. Blister. Oh, it's looking good. Good. Well, that's cooking good. Oh, please, Russell, bear it back. No, I don't want Shandle getting into that. Bear it back. Might as well put this in there so I can carry everything. Glad you're done. Oh no. Burn it. Okay, you're done. Should have turned that on a little low there. Okay, perfect actually. Got something in here again in the meantime. Oh yeah, look through. There's a Flintstone here. All right. Little protein-rich lunches. Oh yeah, got our coffee in there. Cool beans. Buddy boy. Come on, sweetie. I know you're gonna want a bite. Okay. Let him have a little bite. That's all right. Okay, I gotta close my door. Come on. Away. Slight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, almost fell off my chair too, man. Excuse me, babe. Hi. It's a jalapeno breakfast link. It's a sausage. I think it might be a chicken sausage or beef. I'm not sure. I think it might be chicken. But it tastes like beef to me. Or pork. No, actually, I think it's chicken. It's damn good. They're really hot, baby. I'll give you a little bite of my cottage cheese, okay? One sec. Okay, if I do that, I'm just gonna have all of it. Here, have that. Lean it up. That's really good, though. Tastes like a regular hot dog, but with jalapeno. No nitrates either. Should eat the eggs first, since those are gonna get cold. You gotta whip it good, Shando. Otherwise, what else do you have in life? It's looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? No, I haven't, Willis. Hello there. It's hot and spicy. Yeah, I need a little something to dry my hands on here. I guess I'm using that. How would avoid? Well, they have me weaning off of that. That's why they wean you off of it. You're never supposed to go cold turkey on that stuff. I take it as my provider is instructing me. And I'm doing a really good job of it, actually. I'm going to take the advice of my doctor, who seems to... He's a good doctor, too. I'm very careful about my doctor and what doctor I choose. And I'm not even... I mean, I've gotten rid of, or declined, I should say, a couple doctors who didn't seem to care about me as an addict. Some of them I feel like are just people in general, can be really judgy of addicts and put them at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak. Just like I said, if you've gotten bitten by, or not bitten, scratched by a wild animal, any wild animal, a skunk, a raccoon, coyote, whatever, and if the doctor tells you, oh, you don't need a rabies shot, you can only get rabies if you're bitten, which has happened to people. There are some nurse practitioners who've told them that, oh, no, you don't need anything because rabies is only contracted through bites. Uh-uh. No, 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 no. It can be contracted through a mere scratch. And there's a person who actually passed away because he got scratched by a skunk. And also, he was a kidney donor. It was a middle-aged man. He died alone in his bed. No one knew what he died of. And they donated his kidney to someone across the United States. They contracted rabies too from this donated kidney from a man who just got scratched by a skunk. And there was another woman who went to Morocco with her family. She got scratched by a puppy, by a golden retriever puppy, and got rabies. 4 months later, she started showing symptoms, and by the time you show symptoms, it's too late. No, you have to advocate for yourself. You have to advocate for yourself. So, like, I really trust the doctor I have, you know. I think, no, he listens to me. In fact, when I missed my appointment, and usually doctors will be like, okay, reschedule for next time. I'm not, I'm busy. I have my life, blah, 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 blah. This doctor called me back, and when I wasn't there to pick up the phone at that time, he called me again to make sure I got my medication. Because it's very important that I do not go cold turkey on that stuff. It's very important. You have to wean down. You should not be on it for years and years and years and years either. It's you got to be careful with it. But yeah, if you go cold turkey on it, it will damage your bone structure. It'll damage a lot of things. I know someone who did. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the doctor who said you can't contract rabies through a scratch didn't understand science, if that's what you're referring to, hopefully. Me, I don't want you having pepper, but here's a little bit of yolk without pepper on it. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to go cold turkey on it. As someone who's very familiar with this stuff and wants what's best for my own body, believe me, you're not telling me anything I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to, learn more if I don't know everything. I mean, I know I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit about Suboxone and what it does when you go cold turkey, or, how to wean down and all that, because I don't want to be on it forever. Also, people who don't know anything about it might think, oh, you feel high on it. No, I don't. If you're a H addict, if you've been addicted to opiates or opioids, and and they put you on that stuff, the only thing it does is makes it so you don't feel sick. That's all it does. You just feel normal. There's no high associated with it whatsoever, unless you've never done opioids in your life. Unless you've never done H in your life. If you start out, if someone were to give you one and you were just, completely never had used H, never used anything of that nature, you'd feel pretty high from it, because I did it before I did H. And it was like that, made me high, basically. It made me really, I don't know. I don't want to trigger anyone. But yeah, as a medical tool, medicine to prevent me from craving, prevent me from going cold turkey and damaging myself. Yeah, it's temporary. You're supposed to wean down from it. You're not supposed to take it forever. Some people do, and you're not supposed to do that at all. Suboxone saved my ass, and taper is going according to plan. Exactly, same. So people, they can judge all they want. They can judge all they want. It's disgusting when people judge that because they don't know what they're talking about. Absolutely, they do not know. What do they expect us to do? Just go cold turkey? Just get off of it? Go and take some Tylenol instead? That's not going to work at all. Short term, dude. I'm not talking about taking it forever like some people do. And especially after I know someone who's dear to someone I'm related to. When full-blown cold turkey, because he wanted to be in control of his life, it wrecked him permanently in certain ways. And, you know, physically. This is epic. And good for you, Aqua. Nice. Good to keep track when you're weaning down, too. Honey bear. It's spicy, honey. That sausage is super spicy. In fact, I don't want you having the juice either because it's spicy. I had to test that a little for you. I'm sorry, bear. There's pepper in here. Now, I already gave you some of my yolk and stuff. Be right back, guys. I gotta put this away. I got a dog here. Okay, be right back. Instant muscle. Nothing like a high protein breakfast, huh? Nothing like it. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I guess I get it. It's traditional. It's a traditional thing, but why do people eat so many carbs for breakfast when it's just gonna put you to sleep again? You know? I mean, the sweet potatoes are good. I gotta get more of those. Make some more casserole sometime. Man. See, I mean, I don't always intermittent fast. I do it every other day. I had actually quite a bit of sweet potato casserole. I'd already eaten like 2/3 of it before I posted that short because I just thought it was so pretty with my coffee and everything. And also, I forgot to show people. I wanted to make a short, you know, where I'm cooking that sweet potato casserole. Someone posted a mean comment saying, like, calling it baby food when I was stirring that big bowl of it. I'm like, dude, it's called baking. Hello. It's supposed to look like that before you put it in the oven, dude. Duderino. Oh, it was so epic. But it comes out, it's got to be cold, okay? From now on, when I bake that stuff, it's too tempting now. But ideally, I would like to wait until it cools down because it's just like night and day. Just don't be on Suboxone forever, okay? Well, yeah, that's exactly what I am doing. Been doing it for a few months now. Why is there an argument? Unless you're talking to someone else. Huh. Yeah, I mean, we're not all perfect, you know? The thing is, when people come at you aggressively and judgy, it kind of makes you not want to do it, right? I mean, Ideally, you'd want to, just do what's best for yourself. You wouldn't want your pride to get in the way. But yeah, it doesn't work as well when people try to control you. It seems like people are trying to control you. That's how it seems. Especially, I've always been kind of weird like that. Like, if people come at me very forcefully, I feel like they're trying to control me. I feel like they're trying to, I don't know, have their way with me. But you have to do it for yourself. That's why with addiction, you gotta want it for yourself. Can't do it because other people are making you, because then it's gonna make you feel a little resentful. You know what I mean? Well, same. I've gotten many addicts off opiates with kratom powder, even some of the worst addicts. Kratom isn't bad. I had a good friend who'd gave me a whole bunch of hers, like a whole bags of it, when I was recovering, and I'm really grateful for her. She also had experience with it. Okay. Yes. Yes, I am Christian. Same. I've got many. Okay. Munch. See you later, Barney. Take care. Enjoy. Let me know what you're having. I like to know what people are having for dinner. My cousin has been on it for 3 years, and it hurts me to say it. Yeah. Huh. Well, there are some people who are on it for decades. I don't know, like, let me see. Let me look that up. Like, what is the ideal time to be on that stuff? You just should not go cold turkey. I've been doing as, what my doctor recommended. I also recently changed my doctor, so, not recent. I switched from, going to a certain doctor regularly to a doctor I preferred. Yes, and I was a pack-a-day smoker, so don't judge me for vaping. I know. Damn. Okay. See, a lot of people do that all the time without people shitting on them. It's not like that doesn't mean I should do it. Just like cigarettes, people used to do them all the time, doesn't mean you should do it. Just because all your buddies like to drink doesn't mean you should do it. We're all different. We all have a different chemistry and a different way of responding to certain things. Some people can't have bread, Ugh. It's like, just because someone else does it doesn't mean you should do it. I'm also curious. Is 3 years too long to be on Suboxone? 3 years is not necessarily too long to be on Suboxone. Okay, because I was worried. It's almost been 3 years for me, like, pretty much. I got off of it, and while I was going cold turkey, I went cold turkey on heroin, and I didn't go on Suboxone because I was too weak to get up and go to the doctor. I was in too much pain, didn't want to go anywhere. But once it got to the point where I just, all the worst of it was gone, the worst of the pain, and then I was left with the cravings, the weak feeling, just feeling weak as a kitten, the depression and all that. It was necessary to get me on that so that I wouldn't go off and use again, because I'm bored and I'm craving, and all. That's like the most dangerous period. But, so it's, I don't know, hasn't, yeah, it's been about 3 years for me now, I guess. 3 years is not necessarily too long to be on Suboxone. There is no set maximum duration for Suboxone treatment, and long-term use, months to years, is common, safe, and often recommended to prevent relapse. Treatment duration should be based on individual needs, stability, and provider guidance rather than a fixed timeline. Now, just so you know, this is just an AI overview. I'm going to go look at something else and see what they say. Um, okay, safety and efficacy, or efficacy. Efficacy? No. Yeah, efficacy. Studies show that longer engagement in Suboxone treatment is associated with better outcomes and reduced uh, overdose risk. Some studies have shown that after 3.5 years, over 60% of participants reported being abstinent from opioid pain relievers, HCRC. What is that? That's Healthcare Resource Centers. Suboxone High, everything you should know. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, an estimated 2.1 million people had an opioid use disorder, OUD, in 2016. The majority of people with OUD had an addiction to prescription pain pills. Over 500,000 people had an addiction to heroin. Every day, more than 130 people die in the United States after overdosing on opioids such as prescription pain relievers and H. OUD is a complex condition, but it's also treatable. Medication assisted treatment, MAT, is an effective treatment for people with OUD. MAT involves the combination of medication, individual counseling, and group counseling. Suboxone may be the medication used in MAT. Suboxone is a relatively new medication used to help individuals recover from OUD. Suboxone has been found to be an effective medication for those in MAT. However, some people, particularly those who did not previously use OUD, abuse Suboxone to get high. Those with OUD may attempt to use Suboxone to experience euphoric feelings. Suboxone is a controlled substance which carries the risk of addiction and dependence. If you or a loved one struggle with OUD and Suboxone use or have questions about this medication, we hope to help. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Suboxone is the brand name of a medication which combines buprenorphine and naloxone. Buprenorphine is a type of medication called a partial opioid agonist. This means that buprenorphine activates the same opioid receptors in the brain as full agonists such as methadone or heroin, but does not activate the receptors as strongly. As a result, buprenorphine produces a lower degree of sedation and respiratory depression than full agonists and does not impair cognitive or motor skills. It tricks the brain into thinking it is receiving a strong opioid, which keeps withdrawal symptoms away. A person with OUD will feel normal after taking buprenorphine once a therapeutic dose is reached. Yeah, I take it as I'm directed to. In fact, I take even less sometimes than what I'm directed to. You know, just I try to wean down as much as I can. See, it says patients might wonder if they can get high on Suboxone strips. The answer to this question depends on the person. Patients with OUD cannot get high on Suboxone if they take the medication as prescribed by their doctor. However, a person can get intoxicated if they combine Suboxone with other substances or do not take it as directed. People who do not have OUD, opioid use disorder, I think that's what it stood for, may become intoxicated from taking Suboxone. It's exactly what I said. Buprenorphine has a ceiling effect, which means that a higher dose does not produce increased effects after a certain point. Suboxone withdrawal symptoms. If a person injects Suboxone, they face a risk. Oh, injects it. I've never done that, and I never will. Don't worry. They face a risk of contracting a life-threatening disease or serious health issue. Also, taking Suboxone improperly can cause withdrawal symptoms in patients who are dependent on full agonist opioids such as morphine, methadone, or heroin. Withdrawal symptoms associated with injecting Suboxone include muscle aches, cramps, vomiting, diarrhea, anxiety, muscle issues, cravings, shaking, and sweating. Patients who take Suboxone for months or years to help them through recovery can experience withdrawal symptoms if they suddenly stop taking Suboxone. The buprenorphine in Suboxone is a long-acting agent, meaning some patients may not have to take a buprenorphine product every day. Long-acting opioid withdrawal symptoms usually emerge within 30 hours of the last exposure and may last up to 10 days. I thought it would be a little longer. Although withdrawal symptoms are rarely life-threatening, they are still unpleasant. It's a lot longer than H, though, and you'll be out of commission and feeling like crap for months, actually. That's what I read. Maybe I should look that up on Reddit or something. Yeah, I mean, Reddit's not always right, but, it's good to get a bunch of, answers from various sources to get a general idea. Although withdrawal symptoms are rarely life-threatening, they are still unpleasant. Withdrawal symptoms from stopping or dramatically reducing Suboxone may include muscle aches, runny nose, dilated pupils, agitation, anxiety, insomnia, yawning. Oh, gosh, I know the yawning is like one of the very first symptoms. Abdominal cramping, sneezing, and nausea. I mean, I that was with the H though. Sneezing and yawning, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. So, okay. Let's see. You just take it as your doctor prescribes if you trust your doctor. Find a doctor you trust. See, how about cedarrecovery.com? There is no universal time frame for Suboxone treatment. Research and clinical guidance show that duration should be individualized rather than limited to a predetermined schedule. I feel like that's one reason why people can be so judgy about it, because people always seem to generalize things and think that, well, if this is good for me, then it's good for you, or you know what I mean? So yeah, and they don't, a lot of people just don't respect your knowledge on things, or your experience for that matter. It's too bad. Some people have the best of intentions at heart, but I mean, I feel like more and more people just need to listen and understand, be more understanding in general. For many people, longer engagement in treatment is associated with better outcomes, including reduced relapse and overdose risk. Like my one of my sisters, or someone I know, well, now his boyfriend was on that. He was an H addict, and he ran out of Suboxone. They wouldn't refill it. They just took him off like abruptly, kinda. And so I know he wasn't ready. So he said, well, he threatened and said, if you, to go use if they didn't give him any. And they wouldn't give him any, so he went out and injected himself with the H. And so yeah, they put him back on that stuff, and I guess he just wasn't really good at taking it as prescribed, because when he wanted to, he decided to just go cold turkey, and it affected him long term. Not a good idea. You gotta listen to your doctor, man. I mean, if it's a good doctor, you trust him. And if you don't have a bad doctor, you gotta get a new doctor. If you have a doctor who's dismissive, uh, says things that deep down, I mean, just deeply aren't true, like the rabies example I gave. And I'm talking about, someone's legitimate account where they had to ask so many doctors, they even had to go to a different hospital until someone finally said, no, you need a rabies shot. Jodie Foster mixed with Ashton Kutcher. I don't get Ashton Kutcher very much, but it's interesting because I thought my brother kind of looked like him a little bit, but he was redheaded. Yeah, Suboxone reduces harm tremendously. It's something called damage control. Yeah, if I were still doing the H, I'd probably, who knows, I'd probably be losing some of my teeth by now, for all I know. Maybe not that far at that point, but I have some cavities. I would not be in a good place. Who knows, maybe I would lose the use of my right hand. I wouldn't be able to paint anymore. Docs seem like they discriminate. They do. They do. Like, they a lot of them do put addicts at the bottom of the totem pole and judge them. One of my nurses was an addict prior, was an addict early in her life. And when she couldn't find a single vein in my arm, even though they used an ultrasound machine on both arms, even though they had me come back the next day after I had plenty of water, they still couldn't find any. And as she's trying her best, I mean, bless her heart, she was crying with me. As soon as I started crying, she started crying. And what a sweet lady, man. You would not think that she ever had experience with that stuff. And she was one of the sweetest ladies ever. It's one of the sweetest nurses I've ever had. And another doctor I have, he is a really good guy. Like, he always makes sure that I don't, have to go into withdrawal on that stuff, because it's terrible and it's dangerous. He'll go so far as to call me back even though I've overslept my alarm and missed my appointment. That, as soon as possible. He's a good guy. I mean, and I seldom meet doctors who care that much about their patients. Some of them, they're just tired. They have to put up with a lot. I mean, I try to be understanding and compassionate, but I've had doctors who are kind of nasty. One time I came in with some pink overalls, and as I'm following the doctor to the scale or whatever, they compare my whole entire get-up to like a baby, toddler or whatever. It's like, what? Excuse me, did I hear you right? Did I misunderstand you? Huh? Of course, I'm just really kind of just being too nice and just like, thank you, Even though someone's being mean to me, I'm saying thank you. Thank you, like it's a compliment. It's like, I like your overalls. It reminds me of a baby or something. They're just my pink overalls. Some people just don't like overalls, I guess. Hi. Maybe she was just jelly. Because I got style. Nah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me, Robbie. And it's good. I think that more people need empathy these days. That's what I think. I mean, empathy, that doesn't mean letting your emotions get the best of you. That just means having feelings without being self-indulgent, without victimizing yourself. Doesn't necessarily, I don't feel sorry for myself. I'm sensitive without all that. Aw, well, thank you, Hayes. I don't know about that. That I am. Don't worry, you don't need to correct yourself. I get it. We don't have enough compassion for our fellow man. I agree, man. I mean, well, thank you very much, Dwight. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Sorry, I may have missed a comment. How many do I have? The troll killer. Ooh, you got some cool monster hide. Oh gosh, yo, I should count them actually, because I'm not sure. I forget. Let me see. Okay. So, here, I'll take you with me. These are some of my best ones here. In fact, let me turn on this light, because one of my favorites is the sea creature of the deep. You see how cool that one is? Just look at the detailing. Let's move our little plate over there. Yeah. I mean, she even has her own little stand, and it's a piece of seaweed, if you see that. I don't know if you see that, actually. How are we doing? Okay, let's turn on. Oh, excellent. Excellent. You see? Got a little, oh, look at that detailing. Ah, stop. Reflections. Sorry, guys. My bad. Gave someone a headache. Look at the cool hair. Fishnet tights and all. Cool. And I love their shoes and stuff. So I like that one. Another favorite is our little plaid dressed Frankenstein. What's her name? Frankie Stein. I like her. I've got this one. These are all really nice collectors, and they might fetch me a someday. I like her. The Day of the Dead. Skeleta Calaveras. And she's one of the originals, I believe, Laguna Blue. I like that they have more meat on their bones these days, though. Like her, kind of. You know, but yeah, that's kind of how you'd expect someone to look if they had lived in the lagoon their whole life. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got Wednesday Addams, and actually Elvira might be my favorite. Her bodice makes me so happy. I love her bodice. So there's Elvira. So we got 4, 5, 6. Not sponsoring them, by the way. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I love her pants. 13. I love her. 14. Love him. 15. Oh, she's so cool. 16. 17. Oh, my Dracula girl's hiding. Move. 17, right? 18. Venus McFlytrap. 19. Abby Abominable Snowman. I love her fanny pack. 19, I think. 20. Oh, you know, you got to see her. She's got transparent limbs. Isn't she cool? It's transparent at the bottom where her feet are. 19 and 20. Oh, she's so cool. So I'm going to do one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. Yeah, I got like 21 of them, I think. If I'm not missing any. I feel like I might be, but maybe not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 20, 21. 21. I got 21 of them. And that doesn't include my Barbies. And my, I got this other really cool doll. I want to show you guys. I don't know. I just really liked her outfit, her pants and stuff. I'm not sponsoring them, but isn't she cool? I don't know if you see her that well. And when I get my own place, I'd like to get a bunch of plexiglass or even better quality glass display cases and just sort of assemble them all up. And I'd like to have this whole studio set up where I can make these stop motion pictures. Wouldn't that be cool? I liked her outfit so much and her hair. Isn't she pretty? Look at her outfit, guys. Isn't she cute? This is a Barbie Dream Besties. And they got such cute little accessories too. And I got another one of these. Ooh. See, I love this one. It's her red. Her red outfit's so cute. And she's got cute accessories too. She's got a purple Game Boy. It's like a Game Boy backpack, I think. And you know, here's the thing. I really wanted to collect the entire set of these, but they went up in price a little. But these guys are really nice. I like the way they look. Yeah, you got the whole set shown in the back. I'm not sponsoring them, but yeah. I like the blonde Barbie's dress the most, actually. It's really cute. And I also like the one with the red hair's dress. It's kind of just, it's nice and modest and simple. Here. I love these Barbie extras. They have creative looks and hair and all that. Look how cool her hair is. And she has a Rottweiler too. And I have one more of those right here. And isn't her dress cool? And she's got cool hair too. And she has a unique face. It's not basic. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you've seen them before. Cool, but you know, so it's thank you. Thank you. I'm sure some people haven't though. It's just why, I thought somebody wanted to see them. Oh, I do remember Betty Spaghetti-O. Oh yeah, I do. Having my mushroom gummies. I love dolls. More of a nostalgic thing. My grandma collected them. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Which one do you like the most, guys? I remember Betty Spaghetti. Do you remember the Wonder Ball that got banned because of choking hazard or something? Kind of same thing, sort of idea as the Kinder Egg that got banned. I think it got banned because it became a choking hazard or something. You look like my algebra teacher from 10th grade. Whoa. Hope she was a nice lady. Because I know I've had one nice math teacher in my life. Oh, he was really nice, actually. He was just really sweet towards me. Thing is, I did so poorly in my math that I felt so bad because he looked at me like I failed you. I felt so guilty. But, he was just so nice and compassionate towards me when I was struggling with bad anxiety in my class. I was just not good at math. There were times when I was good with, like, polynomial linear equations, but that was about it. Like, once it came to the test, I'd panic, and I could not, once it got to the test time, I was just not good. Not good. I could not get he gave me a C instead of a D, granted, because he probably figured, well, she's not even going to use this anyway. I'll help her pass. But yeah, I felt kind of bad. I wish I was good at math too, but I think most people aren't. And I know two people in my life. One passed away, my best friend Adrian, and someone else I still know. Never have been good at math, but they're some of the most intelligent people I've ever known in my life. So yeah, you don't have to be able to do math to be smart. There are different types of intelligence. You can be good at languages, you can be good with music, you can be good with creative intelligence, analytical intelligence. You can be good with emotional intelligence. Most people aren't that good at math, I think. Most people. Kind of rare to be like a mathematician, you know. Yeah, me too. I think a lot of us feel the same way, the troll killer. Yeah. We wish we could go back and do a lot of things differently. And it's really sad when you see people, like older people with so much wisdom, trying to instruct young people and they just don't listen. Like, I think I was the same way in a lot of aspects. Just a lot, when you're young, you don't kind of just want to do things your own way. You want to be your own person. You don't want to feel like someone's controlling you. You don't want to be your parents. You want to be someone else. You want to, yeah. Thank you, Aaron. Oh, me too. Me too, the troll killer. So, some of my best friends are actually, yeah, a lot of my best friends in my life are much, much older than me. I'm also kind of an old soul, so I don't know if you guys can tell. But yeah, I've been told that. I'm 35. 35, guys. I think it's pretty obvious, John Hernandez. I think it's pretty damn obvious. I don't have to. That's a stupid question. Well, thank you. Thank you. But math is the answer of the universe. Intelligence is gained by understanding and deciphering the complexity of our universe, as stated by Isaac Newton. Yeah, but there are various types of intelligence. It's not only defined by whether you can do math or not. So anyone who thinks that is very ignorant in a lot of regards. You can be good at math, but have no emotional intelligence, have no common sense, have no street smarts, have no analytical intelligence even, you can have no creativity whatsoever. And in any other regard, in any other area, you can be terrible at being able to interpret music. No, that's not the only type of intelligence. And anyone who thinks that is super ignorant. That's not true. But being good at math is a form of intelligence as well. Mathematical intelligence. Some of the smartest people I've ever known weren't good at math. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of smart people make stupid decisions. They run studies on that type of shit, actually. They've even said that a lot of people who are intelligent tend to become addicts or tend to get really depressed, or, that the latter has been known for a long time. I mean, just look at a lot of intelligent people aren't happy for whatever reason, but that doesn't mean you have to be unhappy to prove that you're intelligent, I think that's dumb. Like, we're all individuals, man. We're all different. We don't, like, everyone just, like, wants to prove that there's something that they're not. Well, thank you, Darcy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know. Well, some people think that stupid people are happier, so they want to be stupid. So they just want to let it all go, you know what I mean? They want to be, there's just like, life's short. Oh, my light. That thing really doesn't last very long. Probably an hour lifetime. There we go. Ignorance is bliss, yeah. Yeah, some people do truly believe that. But, I feel more anxious. I mean, I can accept not having all the answers in terms of, I have faith in God, and of course I can't have all the answers there in terms of, just how our universe works and everything like that. But I feel anxious when people expect me to feel contented with something that just doesn't sit right? Like, oh, you don't need to know all the answers in terms of like Epstein files, whatever. No, they need to all be released 100%. Bam, 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 bam. We need justice here, and I need to know what's going on. I mean, there's a lot of weird crap going on in our world that is just beginning to unravel. It's just beginning to scratch the surface. I want to know more about this Illuminati shit too, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that, I used to just sort of poo-poo it and think it was all bull, and now it's like, wow, they're really into that. Did you know that Ellen DeGeneres has really strong ties to Jeffrey Epstein, and that her whole studio setup, her whole talk show, is designed after that? I don't know what it is. It's like some sort of temple on Jeffrey Epstein's island. Yeah, like, and same with like Weinstein has ties to it all, and like all these weirdos. Thank you very much, Hayes. Oh yeah, my duck. Hit him. Hit it. Hit it. Yep. Thanks. Kick it. She was the most man woman that I ever seen. She got a saintly side and giving me more life. told me to come, but I was already there. But the walls kept shaking. The earth was quaking. My mind was racing. I don't know the lyrics to the song. Shook me all night long. Thanks. You know, you can find these on Amazon. They have a whole bunch of critters. They have a panda that's really cute. I want the panda. The panda's adorable. Adorable. Here, I can show you guys. I mean, I've shown some people, but I don't know. They're cute. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. What the heck? I'll show you. Please, please give me bacon. Alright. Grab my back. Oh. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Man, I would love to try flying up in a hot air balloon, but it's kind of scary. I've heard those going really wrong. Oh gosh, did you see the McDonald's CEO trying his burger out and making it, he's just like trying to sound so enthusiastic with this robotic monotone voice, and he's just like, he's describing it like it's one of a kind, but he's just describing the most basic ass burger, and everyone is roasting him. Even other fast food brands are roasting him now. That's hilarious. They're all spoofing him and parodying him. That's funny. Oh gosh, I have to check that out. Here, I'll check that out later. Actually, that's the news. I think I'll show you. Gosh, that's hilarious. It's just the way he does it, man. It's like, dude, who do you think you are? I'm the CEO. That was some of the lamest shit I've ever seen. I want to read my, I mean, I commented on it too. Because I just, wow. Wowzers, trousers. Let me, oh cool. Let me read it to you. Read you my comment there. Where is it? Oh, wait. I think someone laughed at my comment. Okay, where is it? There it is. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted. I said, calls it, oh, he calls it a product too. He doesn't describe it as just a freaking burger. He calls it a product. So he's like, I said, calls it a product. LMAO. Unlike any other burger, goes on to describe the most basic bitch mainstream burger as if just a touch of his painfully obvious feigned enthusiasm is going to make us perceive it as anything special. This is just too much. I can't cringe any harder. Corporate, what was that? Corporate bot in a human skin suit. This borders on uncanny valley. Could also be a lizard man. I'm uncertain what to make of it at this point. Shivers. Yo, man. That was, yeah, very, very cringe. Really cringe. Wowzers, trousers. Yeah, I don't know if I can show you that, but no. I'll look up. Maybe it's on the news or something. I want to show you those lights though. Let's see. Critter night lights. Oh, they have more. And this cute kitty. Okay, let me show you. This duck is called Existential Crisis Duck. Oopsie daisy. Sorry. I got something. Yeah, cool. Needs some gum. Look, it's called an Existential Crisis Duck Lamp. I'm not sponsoring them, okay? But look at that duck. It's got an existential crisis. And they have more. Like this octopus is cute. And they have this panda that gives you a high five. Oh, I like that one actually. They have this lazy panda. They have this fat bunny rabbit. And they have a whole bunch more actually. Again, not sponsoring them. Yeah, let's see. Okay, we already saw that. Let me see if I can find more. They had this really cute capybara one too. Oh, this is the one I got. Oh, here we go. Here's a capybara. And they have a mushroom. And they have, I like that. How do you pronounce that name? So, what's it called? I want to see what that one's called. Axolotl. Axolotl. Oh, that's adorable. They have this, penguin. Okay, we gotta see it lit up, though. Anyway, they have this one. That's the one I have. Aww. Fox. And they have, oh yeah, capybara. Okay. Ooh, yeah, they have a whole bunch of cute ones. Yeah, you get the, oh, that one changes color. Cool. It's like mine, but it changes color. Oh, I have these lights. You know, these, I'm not sponsoring them. They last forever, those heart lights. You just put it into your outlet. These last forever. I had that plugged into the wall for like a couple years, and it's still going. So, like, that's nice. Not that expensive either, only like $6. And they come with 2 of them. Oh, you could put a hat on it too. Okay, that's cute. Oh, cute. Yeah, you get the picture. You get the picture. Hey, stop it. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I mean, I got help, man. I got help with my addiction, if that's what you're referring to there. Did you happen to check New York Fashion Times? We're auditioning for the Vegas Bikini Show. I don't know anything about that. Oh, my friend was on heroin and just stopped. He had great willpower, huh? I wonder how long he was on, man. Do you know how long he was on? Because that matters a lot. There are some people who actually just try it, and then they're like, nah, not for me. And, you know, it's like, it'll make you throw up, usually, the first time you do it. It's when you're aware that eventually you're going to start feeling good from it, that you're like, oh, I'll give it another shot. Because I want to feel as good as that person feels when they do it, you know? But, yeah, very, not a good idea. Very foolish. Yeah, I'm wondering how long they were actually on. I like the capybara, too. But I think I'd choose the panda next just because I'd like a different color. I don't know, are you a cult? Yes, I have a big burly husband, big Russian man. And I'm his big Russian wife. Kidding. I'm not even Russian. Shando is snoring. Guys, look. Cozy. He sure does love that bed, I must say. He loves that bed. My boy. No, he is a beautiful. I just want to give him smooch touch, but I don't want to wake him up, guys. He's too comfortable right now in that soft Tempur-Pedic that I just got. That was a good idea, and I cannot wait until his elbows, braces or pads come in the mail. His or elbow protectors. It goes around his back and shoulders, and then his for his elbows. He's developing hygromas, which he has every single breed of dog in him that has a tendency to get that. The whole list said labs, or he's got golden retriever, Labrador retriever. He's got and boxer was a really big one. Rottweilers and mastiffs. That was done. He doesn't have Doberman in them, but Dobermans also tend to get them. Hello. Hello, friend. No. How do I support my habit? What do you mean? Like, how do I keep myself from craving? How do I keep myself away from that stuff? You know what? I do know that God is watching over me. And I know that's St. Maximilian Kolbe, my patron saint that I chose when I was 17, who was the patron saint of drug addicts, is watching over me. And I didn't even know he was the patron saint of drug addicts. But besides that, I am putting in an effort. Counseling early on in my recovery, meditation and getting a really good counselor helped. I found that group therapy helped, but I did that for a short time. Having my dog really helps. Having my artwork helps. Having my friends and my family helps. The ones who support me, and not being around toxic people who judge me all the time and make me think that I, damned if I do, damned if I don't mentality. What else? What else? What else? What else? Video games help me. Reading helps me. Early on, I found that smoking weed helped me because it kept me from having drug dreams and it helped me to eat better. Being invested in my nutrition and my health and exercise really helps. Various things. Journaling, documenting my progress, and feeling like I'm getting somewhere, feeling like I'm progressing in something is really a good idea. Yoga, doing something where you can see and feel the progress. Build up your intelligence or your mental health. Your dopamine receptors can revert back to their normal levels. Some people feel hopeless in that regard, but trust me, our brains are very malleable. They can revert back to normal. Some of the most intelligent people I've known were heroin addicts for a long time. It's not going to make you, you know, mentally impaired, so to speak. There is hope. There's an abundance of hope if you know where to look. And there's an abundance of legitimate improvement and success if you keep going and you don't give up hope, and you're not a failure unless you decide not to get up. Because I relapsed at least 2 to 3 times, maybe 2 times, before I finally got better. I love you, Fixa. You're funny. When he no longer could give me the pain pills, I went out buying them. My friend introduced me to H, and it just went from there. You know, a lot of people get on that stuff after they have no more access to their pain medication, you know, or they can't afford it. That's a very, very sad case. And it just goes to show you that anyone can become an addict, you know. People should not be judging, you know, because they could become an addict too, depending on their circumstances. You never know what's going to happen in your life. That's why you have to do it for yourself. You have to have a strong foundation, you know. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I hope you're doing okay now. Yes, talking helps. If you're alone, you can get a sponsor to guide you through the steps. If you fancy a 12-step recovery program, we do recover for sure. Absolutely, Barney, absolutely. And you know, just don't be too jaded. Like don't just give it a chance. You know, try everything it takes. You might like it. And if you don't like a specific group, try a different one. If you don't like a specific counselor, try another one, try a different one, because some of them just treat it like a job, and some of them actually have experience and want to help people. Oh, thanks, Blue Sky. Yeah, I'm 5'7", but yeah, I don't know if I'm cut out for that. I don't know if they'd even hire me. I'm 35, you know. But I don't know, maybe these days it's different. It used to be that once you hit a certain age, they just don't let you, you know, have that sort of job, I think. Unless you're just particularly exotic looking or something, you know. Or have been in the industry for a while, you know, since a young age. Oh, thanks, James. We do recover, Courtney. Absolutely. Absolutely. Is it hard to get a job when older? I think it depends on what it is. I think, I don't know. Really, the only thing that should matter is whether you're qualified or not. What's on your resume, whether you're qualified, or it depends on the job, I would think. Yeah. I feel like a lot of bosses, a lot of managers, want to hire someone who it's like they don't want an old dog who can't learn new tricks. They want someone who's moldable. And that, I guess that depends on the job as well, but that's a lot of jobs. Oh, thanks, Courtney. With Alcohol Anonymous, a lot of them have the mindset that once you relapse, all the progress you've made has gone away and you start at day zero. I think that's a harmful mindset. I agree. I absolutely agree. Because a lot of people, like, they have to, it happens to a lot of people. Most people do relapse. But then if you get up and keep going, you've learned from that experience. You know, I was more hard set on recovering just because I was tired of it all, and I was tired of losing everything, and I was, you know, and I knew that if I didn't quit this time, it would be over. And it shouldn't get to that point, honestly. It shouldn't get to hitting rock bottom for you to decide to make a change, but we don't know what we don't know, if you know what I mean. I just really hope I can help other people before it's too late to realize that they can, it would be in their best interest to change, to recover as soon as possible, to get help. Because I tried to do it alone the first 2 times and it did not work out. That's why I relapsed, because I tried to go at it alone. Actually, yeah. I did relapse 3 times, actually. First 2 times I tried to do it alone. First one was super vague. I hardly even remember it. And then the last time I actually got legitimate help. There's a rooster out there. It'd be cool to have some chickens, though. One of these days, I hope I can have some ducks and chickens. I think Shanda would have too much of a heyday, though. I come home and he's like feathers all over his mouth. He looks at me like, "What, Mom?" And being alone sucks in recovery, so yes, go to groups. Try everything. Counseling, it's your recovery. Absolutely, Barney. It's different. 35 is nothing these days. You're beautiful. Could definitely get a mauling drop. Thank you, Courtney. I haven't considered it very much. But yeah, I mean, I'd be curious actually to look into that and see what they'd say. I don't know. There was one time I did try when I was like early 20s, like either I was in my early 20s or I was a late teen. But yeah, I think it must have been a scam agency or something. Or maybe they just didn't choose me because I wasn't tall enough or whatever. I was also suffering with an ED back then, so maybe they thought I was just too thin or something. But you would, like a lot of them, it really depends on the agency. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be like, I'd like to be strong. I don't want to trigger people into being unhealthy or anything. And it feels so much better to have strength and for your mind to actually function. How did you get hooked in the beginning? Well, there's a bunch of terrible things happened in my life beforehand, just one thing after another, and I could not catch a break. And eventually I lived in student housing and I invited the wrong people into my place. Like, you know, one of my heroes passed away, and before that, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. And before that, he was so super physically and emotionally abusive. I don't know if YouTube lets me say that word. You know, I've seen so many people censoring that particular word. Yeah, I think it's kind of dumb. I gotta use the restroom, guys. I'll be right back. I'll let you look at my dog. Baby Pooch. Okay. I'll be right back. you. Shake me all night long. Hey, baby. I just gotta use the restroom, hon, there. My sweet baby. Okay. One second. Baby, hi dears. Hi dears, hi. Don't cry. Don't cry. Mother's here. Oh, baby. He still smells like puppy breath. Sorry, I'm getting behind here. Ooh, butter chicken. Aww. Aw, he's my baby. Thanks, guys. I haven't pushed away people in my support system. No. No, not at all. Yeah, they have toxic eating disorder culture, and I hear, like, they do a lot of drugs, a lot of them. You know, and I'm watching all these testimonies from these girls from the, and I know it's not like, it doesn't seem like a legitimate modeling agency, but America's Next Top Model, and a lot of them say, all those girls say that so many girls in that industry, and that culture, if you will, tend to use. Yeah, so doesn't seem like a very safe place to be, and also, yeah, and it doesn't seem very sustainable. I mean, you might be able to make a little bit of money quickly, but yeah, I don't know about that. I'd rather try something else. Muscle model. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind being a muscle model. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. No, he's still sleeping there, though. Just wanted to adjust. Baby prince, I get washed. Oh, look how much he sinks into that bed. He loves that, man. It was a good idea. Uh-oh. It's all fun and games till we wake up one day and realize it's all a trap. Yeah. Sell my muscles. I mean, just because someone... I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with how he's handling the Epstein files, for one thing. And I do not agree with how he responded to Rob Reiner's demise. There's another thing I don't agree with. All the lies that were told about him that have been debunked, that people keep hammering. And like they keep trying to promote those lies, like the people on The View or whatever. Not everyone who voted for him thinks the same way. You know, it's not all black and white. It's various tones of gray in this world. And it, you know, people calling him the H word, Hitler, is very bad and dangerous. And from what I've been seeing, it is people on the radical left who are committing the most violence and who are telling all these lies and harming people. And that needs to end, you know. The media lies. It's like, what, 99.9999% governed by the far left. So we got to question these things. I was liberal for over a decade. I had Trump derangement syndrome, and I started questioning it. And one of my cousins went around interrogating everyone in my family to see if they voted for him or see if they even agreed with anything he said. And if they so much as didn't answer her, she's like, oh, now I know. And then she just ostracized them immediately. Like that is tyrannical. And them saying that, oh, he thinks he's a king, when he's doing, you know, what a whole bunch of other presidents have done. And just in terms of keeping our country safe, setting up a border, like just about any other country. And then the people on the left giving not a single crap about people getting R-worded by illegal immigrants. Also leaving out the word illegal very conveniently, saying that we want all immigrants out of this country, which is not true at all. Just lie after lie after lie after lie. It might behoove some of these people to ask questions and to just really think about what they're saying. Because if you tell lies like that, it's gonna hit you right back, man. There's gonna be some backlash. There's gonna be some karma. Anyway. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with making America great again. It's like people like to interpret that as, oh no, he's gonna, try to rule the world. It's like, no. How about make America safe again too? Let's that whole Maryland man thing, like trying to make him out to be a family man, believing everything that the left-wing media says, like they're not deceptive. you know? And then when they can't find anything else to accuse him of, it's like, oh, well, what about Stormy Daniels? Okay, what about Monica Lewinsky? Are we gonna talk about him? Like, and then that person who called Trump a PDF file, which is a lie and a half. In fact, Trump spoke against him before that was even mainstream news. They wanted to blackmail Trump because he was going to expose them. The reason why all these big celebrities, spoke out against Trump was because they don't want to be exposed either. Ellen DeGeneres, Rosie O'Donnell, it's just a lot of these people don't want to be exposed because they know he's a whistleblower. He's always, he stands for the truth, man. But I think he could have handled these Epstein files better in that he should have released all of them immediately. I mean, of course, there's probably going to be some national security concerns here and there. I can understand that maybe it can't be released immediately, but I don't think they were handled very well. I agree with Blair White on a lot of issues. And so just because I vote for him doesn't mean I agree with everything. Yeah, I agree, Braveheart. It is the greatest country in the world. There's nothing wrong with having pride in your own country. That's not whatever word, buzzword. No, people need to come into this country legally, okay? You can be a good person deep down, but you have to come into this country legally. That's a crime, just point blank. Because the thing is, if you say that this person can come into our country illegally simply because they're a good family man or whatever, or you're gonna make it so that people. But what about me then? Even though I've committed crimes or whatever, they want to dump all their criminals onto us too. And the reason why the far left wants for illegal immigrants to come into our country is because when they're giving them free health care, free housing, free everything, while hardworking Americans are just homeless or struggling or not getting good health care, is because they'll have a bigger voter base. Of course, they're going to vote for the left-wing politician because that's the person who's going to keep them here. Let them be here for free. People need to think, man. It's not that simple. Just because you're a good person, sure, doesn't mean you can come here illegally. You're still breaking the law. Seriously. Man. Wow. Thinking for yourself is critically thinking. Good for you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. People need to think more critically. And a lot of these people don't even give a shit about these people, man. They just want to be toting their self-righteousness and it's like, no. If you're here illegally, you're committing a crime point blank. You can be a good person and be driving on the road drunk because you just slipped. That doesn't mean you can do it. That doesn't mean you can do that. That doesn't make you a bad person. People make mistakes. People do dumb things when they're drunk. I did some dumb things when I was drunk. Thing is, I don't drive. I got blackout drunk. I don't remember half the things I did. Or I didn't remember anything I did when I was blackout drunk. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person. But I could have, if I knew how to drive, I probably would have gone into a car and driven. I probably would have ended up in prison at some point if I knew how to drive at that point in time. Yeah, like they didn't pay taxes, they didn't pay for housing. No, this was all planned out by left-wing politicians so that they would vote for them. It's a scheme. Now, the thing is, they can go back, fill out their papers, and come over here legally, and then they're welcome here. It's not like people being thrown into concentration camps or whatever you guys are accusing him of. You know? You guys are all thinking we're having World War II again. And that's a lie. That's a big ass lie. Promoted by people like Sonny Hostin and shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's like not only that, they leave their country because their countries are like torn up and or poor or they don't like it or whatever, whatever country they happen to be from. And then they go on trashing our country, saying bad things about our country, being disrespectful. I'm not saying all of them, but quite a few do. Especially if you don't have enough respect to come here legally. Legally, key word. Once you're able to file out all those papers and get them, sent in and get your green card and come here legally, then you're more than welcome with open arms. I would expect, if I were to go live in a different country, I would do the same thing. If I wanted to live somewhere else, I would live there legally. Yeah, I'm not like, and I'm not saying that all conservatives are perfect, and I'm not saying that all liberals are bad either. The conservatives have done and said some things I don't agree with, and liberals have said things that I do agree with. I'm more of I'm into common sense. Yeah, they're now exposed exactly. I knew this would backfire, man. I knew this would backfire. There's a whole wave of kids now becoming adults, detransitioning now. And that doesn't mean that you're transphobic just because you're concerned about that, because that was bound to happen if they're going to make it a trend. It's going to make it hard on a lot of people who are legitimately trans to be taken seriously. A lot of people I care about happen to be trans, who are legit, like, not doing it because it's a trend, because our friends are doing it. And I think that's very dangerous, They don't tell you when they're giving you that affirming care, gender affirming care, that if you're going from transitioning into a guy, if you're initially a girl, and your trachea or larynx or whatever, your vocal cords are going to expand, and they're going to have to make up for it. And women, the size of our throats or our necks, our anatomy isn't large enough to accommodate for it. So it can cause chronic pain there. It can, yeah, I mean, there's this whole, guys should check out some of Blair White's content, because she talks about this, and she's trans. She knows what she's talking about too. Like, this is pretty much, I mean, this isn't all she talks about, but it's the main thing she talks about. And she's pretty darn legit. I mean, I think she's pretty much the voice of reason. That doesn't mean I agree with everything she says, right? But I really admire her on a lot of her stances, and the fact that she has a lot of courage standing up to people in her community, It's the thing is, the reason why I do the quotation, is because if you're like a conservative, if you choose to be conservative in that community, they kick you in the community. That's different than just every individual person. Blair White is her own person. She's not a we and us, but if you start to question, like children or women losing like 900 plus trophies to trans women in their sports, or someone getting punched so hard that they decide that they gotta leave right away because otherwise they're gonna get killed. Because there are certain things that just don't change, like the size of the lungs, the size of the upper body mass, and all that. Hands. And Blair White has some big hands. I mean, I mean, if I saw her in public, I definitely would think that she was a woman. I wouldn't even think twice. But there's some people who don't put in much of an effort to look, or like a woman, and they'll go into women's bathrooms and start taking photos of themselves in the Disneyland restroom. You know who I'm talking about. It's that person. They seem like they're pretending to be trans so that they can make excuses to go into women's spaces. They don't. They seem deceptive. So we got to be careful about that. You know. I agree with Blair White on a lot of these issues, and I'll leave it at that. You guys should check her out. I wish I could show you her content, but it's a podcast and it might be copyrighted for all I know. Actually, I might be able to show you some commentary on her stuff. Who knows? I don't know. Well, good luck, 5511. So long. Jeez. Yeah, I'm a free thinker. Absolutely. I think more people should be. It's like, as soon as I start speaking about this stuff, some people are just like, nah, 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 nah. I point out all these discrepancies, and I try to counter their argument with a little bit of clear thinking and logic, and it's just like, nah, 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 nah. Wow. Yeah, some people don't know anything. Like, not only that, but they make judgments about people they just because they disagree with them. Like, maybe out of your parents' house and get a job. Did you know that, like, one of my parents is very reluctant, like, if he doesn't even want me to move out because he needs my help? I'm the only one who cleans this damn house. Even though, like, none of my stuff is out there. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm, like, having to work around everybody else, and it just, like, it's so hard when people don't even pick up after themselves. Anyway, that's besides the point. Oh, brother, none of that. Why don't you talk to Billie Eilish about that, buddy? Who lives on stolen land. So dumb. Yeah, I'm tired of these trolls, man. They're gaslighting. They're gaslighting, absolutely. Oh, Jeffree Star, man. I used to not like him very much. Now I have more respect for him. He has a lot more common sense than you would think. I mean, I have to look more into. There's certain things about him, especially certain things he's done that I don't like. But yeah, I mean, at least in that regard, he has some common sense. That's the thing. I can disagree with someone on certain things and still be able to listen to them and agree with them on others. It's not black and white, guys. We can't work this out with words and ideas and make everything beautiful and good. We can try, but there is not a lot we can do. For God has a plan. Yeah, I mean, I think that Trump missed that bullet by a mere fraction of an inch, because because his life was in God's hands. That's what I do. I do believe that. And unfortunately, some people, like Charlie Kirk, had to die. because to send a message so that people would wake up, unfortunately. It's like he was like a sacrifice, it seemed. So that's kind of how it seems to me. No, you should come to our country legally. I mean, Washington, D.C. just got so much safer because they're doing something about all the criminals. You know, and there's some far leftists who want to keep poor African American cities unsafe, ghetto, because they think it's racist to make them safe for some reason. Even though the people who live there, the mothers with children, are more than happy to make it safe, to get rid of the criminals. And I think it's very racist to assume that that's like black people's culture, you know, to assume that that's who they are all around. I think, yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with poverty. A lot of it has to do with, I mean, I don't know everything about it, but I mean, there are various factors involved, and a lot of it is like people just letting the crime run rampant. And if Trump wants to do something about it, and people say that's racist, you know what's racist? Kamala Harris telling people to vote, telling black men specifically to vote for her because she's going to allow them to have free weed. I take so much offense to that. You guys should also check out the Officer Tatum as well, you know. He speaks about a lot about this stuff, and he's very common sense. Common sense. Yeah, celebrities are very hypocritical. I really respect Nicki Minaj for standing her ground, despite the terrible things they're saying about her. And the lies about Trump being a PDF file when he certainly is not. Should also check out some of Amala Epkenobi's content. I mean, I feel like her story is kind of similar to mine in that she used to be pretty liberal, and then she started to kind of think outside the box and listen and realize that there are discrepancies and lies being told and by the far left media and etc., etc., etc. Oh, thank you. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I don't care what you guys say, because you're wrong. You're wrong. And, you know, I'm not going to lose sleep overnight over the terrible things some of these people are saying, you know? In fact, you know what? Just to sort of, kind of, I'm not a spiteful person, but... Sup, dog? Should it be white on top or red on top? Sup? Yeah, well, I don't know. It's very ignorant. It's very naive for some people, and insidious of others who just want to keep promoting lies. It's I think there's a lot of pride involved, self-righteousness. There's a lot of not being able to admit you're wrong. And I admitted I was wrong. It was very freeing, actually. And you know what? It came from a place of compassion. It came from like me thinking like, why is it that there are so many people doing terrible things in this world, yet this one man gets all this hate? And why is the media so much on his arse? What about some of the things certain other presidents have done? Like Clinton. Blah, 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 blah. And then I got to thinking. And then I got to researching. And then I got to listening. Do you ever notice that, like, when you hold a microphone up to someone who's far left and has Trump derangement syndrome, it's all word salad? And then you ask, like, a conservative why they voted for Trump, it's fact, 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 fact. Or you know, it's critical thinking and reason. Yeah, I don't like extremism on either side. I don't like extremism on either side. I'm just gonna wear one. That's just kind of a joke. But yeah, I don't like extremism. I'm not an extremist by any means. I think people who refuse to acknowledge the word illegal, and they always leave that out very conveniently, right? Don't they? And they just say, we want all immigrants out of this country. And that's just so dishonest and not very genuine at all. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Heather. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's not always, that doesn't mean he's always right. That doesn't mean he's always, like, classy. That doesn't mean I always agree with him. And that's the thing, like, as soon as I, you know, try to express a logical argument or whatever, or counter someone's argument with a little bit of common sense, doesn't mean I'm always right. Their response is, well, whatever. Very childish. Nah, 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 I can't hear you. Nah, 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 nah. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me see if I can find something here. And not that this is going to change any minds. People just, their minds can't be changed. It's kind of futile to change some people's minds. It really is. You know, people have put words in my mouth so much. They've freaking lied about me, slandered me, twisted my words around. I'm getting so used to it at this point. I'd rather not forfeit my integrity. I'd rather, you know, I'd rather question things and not just believe whatever I hear just to avoid losing friends who aren't even my real friends. Because if I so much as question something that they're against, then they're gonna get angry, they're gonna ostracize me. You know, it's like, what kind of friends are those? You know, I have real friends who actually, they stick with me even if they don't agree. And people who put you down, like saying, oh, you must be on something. Like, do you know how lame that is? Is that your argument there? You got anything reasonable? No, I think everyone in this is welcome to this country if they come legally. How many times do I have to say that? Jeez, please. Let me see something. Okay. I guess I gotta be careful about what I show you though, because it is copyrighted, her content. I'm just responding to someone here. Oh. Hey, I'm answering questions. I didn't. Someone saw my hat and got triggered. Okay, okay. I don't want for my channel to be so freaking polarized here, but I guess it is what it is. That's what happens when you know, try to tell people the truth, basically. I mean, you guys are gonna promote a whole bunch of lies, so be it. There will be consequences in the future, though, probably. Oh, there already are, actually. You know, some people are facing consequences for telling lies about the president. Yeah, the majority did vote for Trump, exactly. This is not a cult, dude. You know what a cult is? Just because you have a political stance does not mean you're in a cult, man. And in fact, the far left is more of a cult because if you leave it, then they ostracize you. They condemn you. They try to ruin your life. They'll even end you, some of them. Not most, but like a lot more than people on the right, that's for sure. I haven't seen anyone on the right yet kill anyone over a political belief. Unless it's like someone who's crazy and doesn't stand for what I and most people stand for, who lean conservative. It is a gaslighting cult. It is. You know what? And some people think religion is a cult, like organized religion. No, it's not. That's stupid. You know what the difference between a religion and a cult is? You're allowed to leave. If you're in a cult and you leave it, they try to ruin your life. Or end you, or whatever. Sorry. Race IQ question. Which parent's genes is said to have strongest influence on a child's intelligence? And which race scores lowest? I don't know. No idea, man. I really don't think race has anything to do with intelligence. I think a lot of it has to do with access to resources, nutrition, poverty, which, you know, doesn't necessarily indicate intelligence either. You can be poor AF and still be super smart, and then you can be rich AF and be super kind of low IQ, you know? Oh, I don't know. Do you soup can? Fitting name. Scientology is a cult. And I'm sure there are other, you know, factors that describe what a cult is, but that's just one of them. No, we don't know. The far left acts more like a cult, and the whole ass media is run by far leftists who tell lie after lie after lie. They are gaslighting, aren't they, Heather? It's very sad. They gaslight constantly. Anyway. I'm just tired of repeating the same thing. I want to tell them. Dumb. Saying you don't know anything about me when you don't know anything about me. People on the far left will try to ruin your life if you disagree with them. I've never seen someone on the right, ever. And I know a lot of people on the right and a lot of people on the left. More people on the left because I live near Portland. A lot more people on the left will try to ruin your life if you disagree with them than vice versa. Yeah. Well, they're not going to give facts. Ever. Like, you should, there's this one, I mean, you know, and Piers Morgan, I mean, I don't agree with everything he's about. I mean, he's, you know, Piers Morgan, right? But, he seems pretty reasonable and common sense about a lot of things. And he's liberal. He considers himself more of a, traditional, like, old school liberal, or whatever you call it. Not a wokey. A lot of people who say they're like, oh, I'm they, them, they don't even know how to describe it. And then when you try to ask them a question about it, it's like, oh, now I'm feeling uncomfortable. It's like, you are the one who brought it up. Yeah, labor union Democrat. Oh, snap. Yeah, he's willing to learn. I like Piers Morgan. In fact, did you know that Piers Morgan Uncensored was Ozzy Osbourne's favorite show before he passed away? It was a very touching interview with Sharon Osbourne, you know, on Piers Morgan. I'm not uncomfortable. Just, it's kind of frustrating dealing with people who just throw insults, you know, instead of try to reason with compassion and logic. As soon as I start pointing out a few things that make sense, and a lot of people here are telling me that I make a lot of sense, they just go on with the insults. And it's like, well, since when have I insulted them? At least before they've insulted me, for that matter. I love Ozzy Osbourne, I know. I'm gonna paint him next. Well, I mean, yeah, I walk a lot. Day's been good, Kevin. It's been pretty good, actually. Oh, yeah. Hello. Sure. I mean, there are certain things on the right that I don't agree with, you know? Like, like when Twisted Sister had to go to court for the rock music influencing kids and stuff like that. Like, I didn't agree with that sort of stuff. But that's not the way Trump is. In fact, he has a lot of views that would be considered liberal back then in the 80s and 90s, you know? He used to be loved by the left, too. Celebrities used to love him until he threatened to expose certain people. It should make you question. Should make you do a little more research. I agree. 35. No, I'm not misinformed. I was liberal for a long time, and I started to wonder why is all this hate being directed at this one man, and I did the research, and I found out that the media is governed 99.9999% by the left, that a lot of these things they've said about Trump have been debunked. They are harmful. They cause for people to actually think that the next Hitler is coming, and so they have to do something about it, which made it, which is why he almost got assassinated, which is why Charlie Kirk got assassinated. Anyway, it's frustrating because you just can't reason with these people. They're just going to make you go round and around and around and around. They're going to make you dance circles around them. And I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to be your freaking monkey. And they like to get you worked up. It's a form of their gaslighting so you look like the crazy one. And then they can say, oh, look, this person's losing. They're on something. They're crazy. When it's like, no. No, it's like trying to reason with a petulant teenager who doesn't know anything and thinks they does know everything. Yes, I am sleeping better. A lot better on that bed, actually. Shando's really loving it. Oh, he's loving it all right. He's loving that mattress topper. Oh, thanks, Lucian. I'm just chewing gum. Actually, Trump is not involved in what? What are you even referring to? I must have missed it. If you're referring to the Epstein files, if you are, he's not involved in. Well, I mean, in that sense, he's in certain letters that have been sent to try to blackmail him and to try to, get rid of him because he's been threatening to expose. He threatens to expose Epstein. Once he found out about what's going, the whole island and everything, and the little girls and all that, he threatened to expose them. He stopped, Epstein invited a whole bunch of rich people and socialites to his parties. And when Trump just happened to be one of them because he's a rich, famous person. And when he found out about what's going on there, he threatened to expose him, and they tried to blackmail Trump, and get rid of him. No, Trump has always been against that. And actually, I mean, if they had found anything in those Epstein files or anywhere about Trump having to do with it, Joe Biden would have done something about that during his presidency. Absolutely. Anyone want to bring up how many times Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and everybody is mentioned in that? No, of course not. I mean, if Trump was in that portrait wearing Monica Lewinsky's dress and all that, and had that whole history, you guys would be, I certainly wouldn't have voted for him if he was anything like the Clintons, but you guys don't seem to give a single flying frick about the Clintons and what they've done. At all. Yeah, it's all, Trump has been a whistleblower, and they wanted to end him because of that. They tried to blackmail him. That's why he's in certain letters. And I mean, you find a whole bunch of famous people in the Epstein files. That doesn't mean that they went to the island. It's sort of like Diddy's party in a way, where you had this initial party where you'd see young people just wearing white and partying early in the day, but then once it hit a certain time, maybe after midnight, I forget, then that's when the freak-offs would happen, and all the depravity, and I don't know, like, was there like trafficking and a whole bunch of other terrible evil crap. I'm trying to be careful about what I'm saying. Some people, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm being careful about what I'm saying here. No, it isn't what about ism. There's evidence, dude. There's evidence. Where's your evidence? I mean, you're probably not even going to look it up if it contradicts your conviction. You guys are full of just conviction that he's like a, and the reason why you probably don't say it out loud is because you know that you're wrong deep down. You gotta know you're wrong. You don't have any proof of it, but there is proof that Clinton was hanging out with little girls on Epstein Island. And man, you should have seen that one interview of Hillary Clinton where she just went crazy when they tried to question her about it. She went crazy. She got full defensive mode. Let me see. Man, that evil look in Bill Clinton's eye when they've asked him questions about that sort of stuff. That Epstein Island and all that. Evil. And there are old videos of Trump trying to expose this guy, Epstein, condemning him before this became mainstream news. But of course, we're going to conveniently act like that didn't happen. We're going to act like those letters sent to try to blackmail Trump don't exist, aren't we? Because he was going to expose them for what they are. He hung out with a bunch of socialites. That doesn't mean they were all in on it. It's like if I just so happen to meet someone who's a bad person, go to a party, whatever, they all take pictures of me with that person, and I don't know anything about them initially, like just the deeper aspects of their life and what they're about. And then later on I find out about it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not your friend anymore, and I'm going to expose you. Like, would that make me one of them, a bad person, just because of that one time that didn't know them and was caught hanging out with them, would that mean that I'm one of them? No. Anywho. They should be. Why would I let my daughter alone with any man for, like, what would the reason be? Unless they were, like, working for him in the White House or whatever. Like, no, he does not do that to young women. There's no proof of it. And the thing is like, if that's your argument, then you could just say that about any man you don't like, about them being alone with any woman. Oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Stupid argument. Would you let your Trump alone in a room with your daughter? Like, how about would you let any man be in a room alone with your daughter? Idiots. If there's proof that they've hurt a woman, a young woman, or any woman for that matter, or anyone for that matter, um, in a gross way that you're thinking of, that then it's like, then they should be put in jail. But that I'll tell you what's a crime: telling lies and slandering people, bearing false witness against your neighbor. Making up lies about people, making up things about people just because you don't like them. There's absolutely no proof. According to your logic, it's like, oh, just because I don't like them, and that means they must have done this thing, even though I don't have proof. Everyone's told lies. I don't. He was pretty honest. Yeah, about all this stuff. About but I think that he could have handled the Epstein files a little better. I think he could have released all the files at once. I didn't say I agreed with everything. Don't get it twisted. You know. Gosh, he's the most honest president we've ever had, in my opinion. No, that's not my argument. No. One Iofrin. That's not my argument. It's like, why, like, has Trump ever lied? Like, what are you, lied about what? Can you name anything? Can you name anything? That's my argument. It's like, that's redundant. I can't think of anything he's lied about. Exactly, Heather, exactly. They won't tell me anything he lied about. Like, and it's just like on The View, where they like have an issue with Trump and Iran, and yet they don't, like, they don't bring up all the war that Obama initiated, all the drone strikes, none of that. They don't bring up the porter in chief who was Obama. No. Mm-mm. He did. No, Obama did some terrible things, and they don't care. They don't care. Okay. Thing is, they want you to run around circles so many times that you, like, you start to get so frustrated and sick of it that they can say, oh, no, you're crazy. It's gaslighting. Gaslighting. You know, there's no rhyme or reason or logic. If they had any, if there was any reason behind what they're saying, they would approach it with a little more understanding and compassion, and try to just point out some facts, and you know, we might have a interesting debate or discussion. But not, no, they just throw out insults. That's all they do. It's futile. It's futile. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oops. Ooh, how about, let's see. Hmm. Okay, man, YouTube sure is, it really is strict about copyright. I'm trying to see if I can share certain like news segments from like Sky News Australia, blah blah blah, but looks like I can't. That's too bad. That's okay. That's okay. Anywho, let's see. I'm curious to see what news channels aren't copyrighted on YouTube, because I thought I could share the news, but I guess some of them are copyrighted. Interesting. Okay, got it. Okay, wow. Let's see. I wonder if Piers Morgan is. I like Piers Morgan. He seems open-minded. It's copyrighted. Oh wow! As of January 2025, very recently, just a little over a month ago, Piers Morgan took full ownership, or 2 months ago, I should say. As of January, I don't know when in January, so it could have been just a little over a month ago. Piers Morgan took full ownership of the Piers Morgan Uncensored brand and its YouTube channel from Rupert Murdoch's News UK operating it through his own company, Wake Up Productions. He owns the rights to the show and its content now. Interesting, it's very recent. As with most professional content on YouTube, re-uploading, cutting, or using clips from his channel without permission constitutes copyright infringement. I should ask permission. Just ask permission. I don't know. Busy guy. I don't know if he'll even get back to me, considering how small my channel is right now. This is growing pretty fast. Yeah, I'm just not gonna risk it. If anyone wants me to share content, you can follow my Discord, but I doubt any of the far leftists here just throwing insults are gonna bother. I don't care. You knew. Yeah, I know. I know, Kilroy, right? Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy? That's what I was thinking about Piers Morgan. He can change his stance a lot, but a lot of the things he talks about nowadays seem to, I mean, he seems to be a little more genuine than he used to be. He seemed to just be more of, I mean, he's a celebrity news outlet, you know what I mean? But he stands with what's true from everything I've seen now. I love Chris Tucker. Oh, I like Tucker Carlson. He's pretty cool. Piers Morgan can be a big time fence sitter at times, but he'll occasionally have a base take that'll restore my faith in him. Exactly, Ray the Fair, exactly. That's exactly my view on him. Precisely. I appreciate that when Irothran. I really do. Thank you. And I respect yours. Mm-mm. He wrote a book called Woke is Dead. Well, that might be because of all the people accusing him of being like HITLER, which is all lies. Lies, 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 lies. Okay. Pisces. I'm a Pisces. I don't really hold, I don't really take astrology that seriously, but just for what it's worth, yeah, I'd be considered a Pisces. I mean, they say that, but they're not able to point out any sound facts which indicate that he's anything like that evil man in 1944, 39 to 44 or whatever. You know, I don't know. I kind of like the fact that he's a little more gentle in his stance and not as, In fact, in one of his interviews, Tucker Carlson said that his wife, after he left Fox News, his wife told him, I like you nicer I like you more when you're nice, when you're being nice, And he's like, oh, okay. And I just think he's a little softer, more compassionate. Not soft in a bad way, but more sensitive. I mean, more compassionate. This seems. Oh, will. Oh boy, I don't think so. Yep. La 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 la. Oh gosh, these shirts, I love them, but gosh, why is it that I sweat so easily in them, even though they're supposed to be breathable cotton? They are breathable cotton, supposedly. That's what the tag says. Oh, ooh, I want to see if my package came in the mail. I got some sea moss. Thought it might benefit my health. See, I'm really into investing in my health, except I'm very careful about it. I don't want to get scammed. And I know it's such a big industry, it's easy to get scammed. Ooh, arriving between two. Okay. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I've been wanting to try this for so long too, so I decided to go for it. This has so many good reviews, and I know Amazon lies about some of their reviews, but this looks legit. This is I'm getting this sea moss gel, this superfood mango pineapple. Oh. Do I have 2 jars or just one? Actually, I think it's just 1 jar. Yeah, it's just 1 jar. Just showing me the front and the back here. Ooh, 2 tablespoons. Oh, that's a lot. I can put it in my on my cream of wheat in the morning. Oh dear Lord, that looks good. I love it. And there's so many. I've never tried it. I shouldn't say I love it yet, but I'll bet it's good. Looks delicious, I should say. They've got strawberry. Definitely, I got mango pineapple. I mean, they have 11,336 reviews, which is a lot, and 4.5 stars, which is excellent. Oh, is that? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think it's here yet. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. Between 2 and 6, though, that's a pretty big window. Oh my. There's this face mask that actually does help with my acne. I tried it, and it really did kind of shrink down my acne quite a bit. It's this, and I'm not sponsoring them, but it's this vegan kombucha tea sleeping mask. Can't wait. It's fermented. Oh, by the way, someone recommended some beetroot gummies. So, and it was really on sale, so I got that. A lot of these things I got just because they were on sale. Yeah, very kind of careful. Oh, could that be them? Let me go check and see. Actually, I gotta use the restroom, but 1 second. Oh, that might be no, it's not. This is the neighbors. Be right back. Hi, buddy. Look how muscular my arm is when I just put it straight down like that. Look at that, guys. Mine, I didn't used to have, used to have that. Don't want to pull a muscle. Oh, the Socratic questioning and critical thinking is what brought me here, dude. I was a liberal for a long time. And being in America, I'd probably know more about what's going on. But yeah, I appreciate you being nice, unlike a lot of people. Oh, thank you, Mark. Sure. But, oh, my boy is addicted to the bed, dude. Well, that's a good place for you to be right now. Either that or walking around. And getting exercise is good too. But if he's gonna rest, I'd much prefer you were in the bed until I get him those elbow pads. When are those gonna come? I mean, I think it said like the latest would be April 10th. Okay. Oh, March 23rd. That's okay. Previously expected April 10th, but now March 23rd. That's excellent. I mean, that's still about a little over 2 weeks. 16 days, but that's fine. It's not too long. Yeah, he's gonna look so cool. Want to see the little elbow pads I'm getting my big boy? He's getting XXL because he's even the dog they have it modeling for it almost looks like Shando. Has a big chest like Shando. This is what I'm getting from my boy to help with the hygroma he's beginning to develop. You want me to flex my muscles? I think someone who switches parties is more intelligent than someone who always been on one party because they understand how both sides see things. You know? Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, I know exactly how the left side thinks. There's a lot of naivete in the younger people who think that way. And a lot of just closed-minded, self-righteous, I don't even know because I'm not an older liberal, but like I was naive, very naive, I can tell you that. Someone wanted to see him. Okay, take care, one Irophone. The fact all these liberals are defending Iran is insane. I thought they stood by no kings. Oh, gosh, exactly. You know, it's like they want Sharia law here too. It isn't what they think it is. They think, oh, kumbaya. No, it's not what that is. It isn't happy clappy kumbaya, my friends. Hey, thank you, Umberto. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Freddie. Oh, I thought you were talking to me for a minute. I just read that. Yeah, I agree. That could be my stuff. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. We're going to wait for them to leave because the dogs will go crazy. Oh, I'm so looking forward to that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I do get a lot of criticism for vaping on here because you can't really please everyone, as I'm pretty sure we're all aware. But I was a pack and a half a day smoker at one point, and then a pack a day smoker, and then I got down to quitting cigarettes and doing these, and my lungs feel a lot better. So I mean, it's called damage control. Thank you for becoming a member, Kilroy. Appreciate that. Okay, be right back. Actually, I'm gonna wait for them to leave. Oh, I thought that was there for a minute. Let me go get it. Be right back. Oh yeah. Okay, it's glass. It's glass. It's glass. Okay, buddy. Oh no, it's not for you, baby. Oh, you silly goose. You silly. Oh, he's so excited. Oh, he's so excited. Oh my goodness, you're so excited. Those are my hair supplements. Okay, you smell like puppy breath. You smell like puppy breath, honey. I'm just liking how that sea moss is smelling. I don't know if that's good for dogs, buddy. I have to look that up. We'll look that up and see if that's good for dogs. Maybe it's very good for you. Who knows? We'll see. Wow, it's probably a big jar too. I like that it's in a glass jar, not plastic, actually. Microplastics. Anyone? I just did, Mark. But are you gonna? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, wow, they kept it really nice and protected so it wouldn't crack. Excellent. Ooh, nice bubble wrap. This could put a little tiny artwork in there and keep it safe. Look what I got. Not sponsoring it, but maybe I will in one of my shorts. But I'm not sponsoring it right now. I'm going to get myself a spoon. I had to let my dad try some before me. So, this kind of reminds me of baby food, actually. Is that about a tablespoon right there? Yeah. It's delicious, actually. It does taste a lot like those, I'm not sponsoring them, but Gerber's baby food. I have experience trying that stuff out because I have 8 siblings, guys. And yeah, two tablespoons is a serving here. It's pretty damn good. I thought the jar would be a slightly bigger, but that's okay. It's still a nice jar, and I'm glad it's glass. I bet the berry is pretty good. Get that next time. Mango pineapple, a tropical blend rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, and essential nutrients. We could put in your smoothie or your beverage or your food. Okay, sea moss gel will remain fresh in the fridge for about 4 weeks once open. Oh, I gotta put it in the fridge. No, then I better be careful. I shouldn't have said anything. My dad's gonna sneak some of it every day now. Oh well. I'm gonna hide it. Shh. No, I knew. Not yet. Ay. My bad. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I missed some of you guys here. Show what to you guys on my laptop? What? What would you guys like to see? Oh, yeah, I'll show it to you. Absolutely. Yeah, you want to see this stuff here? Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see what it costs and reviews. It has really good reviews on it, too. In fact, you know what? If I promote this stuff on one of my YouTube shorts and tag the brand on my short, I might make a little, they'll monetize me for that if you buy it from there, and that'd be pretty cool if you wanted to buy any. But yeah, let's see. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So it's like $30. Kind of expensive, but a lot of supplements cost that much. Again, I'm not sponsoring it here, but actually, you know what? I could tag it in this video, maybe. Let's see. We'll see if I can do that. I'll do that. Yeah, 4.5. Lots of reviews there. Irish sea moss gel, mango pineapple, and they have apple cinnamon. That would be good on your oatmeal. Elderberry with burdock root. They have lemon ginger. This is the one I got. They have mixed berry. They have pineapple. They got raspberry. They got strawberry. Ooh, that looks good. And they have unflavored. No, I don't think I want unflavored. It's got to have flavor. I'd choose mixed berry next time. Yeah, they are good, man. They taste like baby food. You can put it in your smoothie. Yeah. You can put it in your smoothie. It'd be really good. It tastes like baby food to me. It tastes like those Gerber baby foods. I'm not sponsoring them, by the way, but it's good. It's really good. The flavor and the health benefits it has. It's so the original fruit sea moss gels. Energy and vitality fuels sustained energy and promotes daily stamina naturally. Immune health support. Rich spectrum of vitamins and minerals supports total body harmony. Cleanse and detox. Assists your body's natural elimination and renewal systems. Gut health support. Natural sea moss soothes and supports healthy digestive function. And radiant skin nourishes healthy skin from within for a natural glow. 100% natural. The ingredients are sea moss, water, pineapple juice, mango juice, agave, sugar, citric acid, and organic. Okay, and it's all organic. Okay. It's got 520 calories for 2 tablespoons, 5 grams of sodium, 3 grams of added sugars. Actually, I'll tag this in a short, actually, because it'll take like 216 minutes for people to get to this point, and before they get to this point, it's going to be all like politics. So that wouldn't make much sense. But yeah, unless YouTube, I could make, this a short if I had started earlier, but it's okay. I can do that myself. Gotta wait because like my dad sees me put this in the fridge and knows where I put it. He'll take all of it. I'll get him one sometime if he wants it. He didn't seem that impressed actually, but he's probably trying to make it seem that way. It's really good for men, huh? I think it'd be good for women too, though. Both genders. Like, how come it's good for men? I'm curious though. I don't know. Like, I thought we women get constipated more than guys do because we have our periods and stuff. I don't know. Let's see. Sea moss offers several potential health benefits for men, including improved thyroid function due to high iodine content, enhanced immune system support, and better workout recovery with nutrients like taurine. It is also believed to boost energy, support heart health, aid in muscle building, and potentially improve libido and testosterone levels. Huh. I would say a lot of those are really good for women too. But yeah, I guess it's beneficial for testosterone. Nice. Uh-oh. Important considerations. Iodine overload. Excessive intake of sea moss can cause thyroid problems due to too much iodine. Heavy metals. Sea moss can absorb heavy metals from the ocean. That also takes fish into consideration as well, I think. Same with any like kelp or anything from the ocean. Source quality. Choose reputable, organic, and properly dried seaweed to avoid contamination. Yeah, this is all organic. Oh, look what it says. Third-party lab tested for heavy metals. That's what it says on this jar. Yeah. But yeah, this says it's been tested for metals. So it seems like it's pretty legit. Don't tell me what to do. Oh man, it would be so good, man. And I'll bet it would be really good on my cream of wheat as well. Or in my chia pudding. Lion's mane. I think these mushrooms I have might have some lion's mane in them. Well, it's got ashwagandha. It's got I'm not sponsoring them, by the way, but this stuff. It's got shiitake extract, all these extracts. You want extracts and you want the fruiting body when you're getting mushroom supplements. Got shiitake extract, maitake, reishi, cordyceps, turkey tail, chaga, lion's mane. There we go. It's got 26. It's got 26x mushroom extract blend. 4,000 milligrams of each. I think this is good value. And you always want to find the fruiting body again. I hear you, Jacob. Mm-hmm. I think it's good when you're, especially when you're like recovering from a rough life, to invest in your health. It's worth it. Man, I've always wanted to go hunting. I've always wanted to go boar hunting because they're an invasive species that cause damage to other ecosystems, yo. I would love to do that. I would love to go fishing. The fruiting body is definitely the most important part. A lot of mushroom supplements will only use the stems ground up because it's cheaper. Oh yeah, and they just rely on people being ignorant and not knowing what they should get. A lot of some people don't look into that, but yeah, I'm letting everyone know. Always get it with the fruiting body. Always. Otherwise, it's pretty useless. Hey, Axel, it's been a long time. Actually, I have blue eyes. Bluish gray, to be honest. Look. I got blue eyes, guys. It's just kind of dark in here. I think it was probably around $30 for this big bag, but I can check again to make sure. This is really good. It's got a lot of them. Well, I'll list them all down, too. Oopsie. One sec. First of all, let me let you know how much it was. I mean, it's a good value. Let me see. This is so hard to find now. It could probably be faster if I look for it in my history, actually. Let's see. Got it kind of a while ago. Let me see. Oops. There it is. This was currently unavailable. Huh. I got it in January 25th. How much was that? Item details. I think it was around $30 though. What does it say here? Does it say how much Okay. No. How much was this? I can subtract from it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that expensive, I don't think. Maybe it was a little more than that. I'm not sure. I think it was like $30. Between 30 and 40, probably. That's a big bag. It's lasted me a long time now, it seems. And I'm not even close to being done with it, actually. Oopsie. Let me see. Yeah, I got quite a bit in there left. And I take them every day. Hello. Geocaching? No, I haven't. Or caching? I'm gonna look it up. Okay, I'll be right there, buddy. Take a break from the live stream soon. 1 minute. What is that? It's treasure hunting. Oh, is that like hunting for cool rocks or something? I'll look it up. This is like baby. It's an outdoor recreational activity in which participants use a global positioning system, GPS receiver, or mobile device or other navigational techniques to hide and seek containers called geocaches or caches at specific locations marked by coordinates all over the world. The first geocache was placed in 2000, and by 2023 there were over 3 million active caches worldwide. Okay, it's a real-world outdoor treasure hunting game. A typical cache is a small waterproof container containing a logbook and sometimes a pen or pencil. The geocacher signs the log with their established code, name, username, and dates it to prove that they found the cache. After signing the log, the cache must be placed back exactly where the person found it. Larger containers, such as plastic storage containers, Tupperware or similar, or ammo boxes can also contain items for trading, such as toys or trinkets, usually of more sentimental worth than financial. Geocaching shares many aspects with benchmarking, trig pointing, orienteering, treasure hunting, letterboxing, trailblazing, and another type of location-based game called Munzie. Okay, let's just I've never heard of that. It's a recreational activity of hunting for and finding a hidden object by means of GPS coordinates posted on a website. Huh. That sounds like a lot of fun, man. What is it? Just a sec, guys. Let's see, my dog needs here. Hey. Okay, Shando. You know what, guys? I'm going to take my dog for a walk. So don't forget to subscribe. And you know what? I'll be back live streaming again today. I feel like doing that. I'm in the mood, so why not? Do not forget to subscribe if you can. That would be very much appreciated. So yeah, I'm just gonna get my socks on. Shando, you wanna go for a walk? You seem like you need some energy outlet. Yeah? Sup? Oh yeah, I hid it in the fridge because I know, man. My dad's I mean, I'm not gonna blame him at all, but I know it's too expensive. I wanna see how beneficial this stuff actually is, you know? It might make me feel a lot better, you know? I feel pretty good today, and that might just be the contrast of not, you know, being sick and not being sick. Honestly, I'm pretty convinced it was that mold, because as soon as I stopped drinking from that cup with that moldy lid, all that is gone. It took a day, guys. It took a day and a half for me to feel 100% after putting that away. So, we're gonna have some enchilada casserole later. Isn't that right, Chando? We're gonna have some enchilada casserole, and once that's all gone, I'll go to the store again and get some more sweet potatoes, because I love that stuff so much. Okay, I'm gonna wear my pink shoes. It's not that, it doesn't seem that cold out today. Hey, baby. Hi, baby boy. I know, got a bunch of laundry on the floor. Clean laundry, granted, except for that silk pillow sheet. It's got my recent dirty laundry. Goodness, you got puppy breath. Yes, you got puppy breath. Can I have a kiss? Sometimes I just leave that dirty laundry in that silk pillow sheet on the floor so that Shando has something to lie down on for his elbows. Sometimes he goes and lays down on the floor simply because it's cooler. Yeah, eventually I will be getting a better phone plan. If you're talking to me, that is. Yeah, my phone is all broken, and my dad plans on changing the phone plan. Yeah, eventually. I gotta actually ask him when we're gonna do that, because if my phone dies on me, that would really, really, really suck. I'll tell you what. I mean, I can still do these live streams on my laptop, you know, but it's definitely not as easy or convenient. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. I could do that. But it's just not as convenient, you know, and I can't, like, take you into the kitchen, cook. Jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. I'll let him know, because my phone was giving me some issues, like, taking a long time. It kind of, I couldn't even turn it on at one point. I was a little scared. Okay, buddy, we're gonna go for a walk. Wanna go for a walk, buddy? Don't want you laying on that hard pergo floor. Yeah, I'm gonna go take Shandle for a walk. Unfortunately, we don't have Wi-Fi out. I don't have, you know, whatchamacallit. There's no Wi-Fi out there, so it's gonna be kind of laggy if I take you guys with me. Okay, dog. Hi. Oh. Anyway, so guys, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. I don't know why they're so darn expensive, but I guess, you know, I am due for an upgrade, though. All right. Take care, Barney. Thank you, Braveheart. Thank you, Heather. I know, right? Oh, thank you, Who Killed Adrian. Oh, gosh. Thank you, Alamo. Thank you, Slurms McAshley. Thank you, Axel Pierce. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Darcy. I'm from Oregon. Thank you, Carl. Oops. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, I know it is really hard, especially when you're trying to get off cigarettes, for sure. For sure. Killed Adrian. Thank you, Kilroy. Thank you, Raid the Fairy. Thank you, Fixa. Thank you, thank you, Special Officer Doofus. Thank you, Fit Fruit Life. Yes. All right, and thank you, Lewis. Did I meant say, oh, thank you, Kilroy, and thank you for the donation. Oh, yeah, more CMOS. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, I love sushi. Thank you. Thank you, Essentia. Thank you, everyone, for coming to my channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Freddie. You know, I think it's kind of strange when people, it's like they're really trying to gauge out details of my location in a way. And yeah, I'm not giving, I'll say I'm from Oregon and that is it. Anyway, thank you. Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you later, okay?